You see, I'm faced with the complexity that subliminally drives and directs me into the land of oblivion, only to meet the acquaintance of a bewildering complexity of making a decision of what is permitted, what is actually prohibited. And due to the craftiness of deception and the anxiety of impulse, the act of disobedience was exhibited, which brought on the fall of Adam and Eve, only to discover that I am a generational corruptible seed. God supplied everything they could ever want, a need, commanding not to eat of the forbidden tree, but instead to begin to feed of the corruptible fruit, which in turn establishes the root of the conflict that resides in me, distinguishing the difference between sin and truth. So when I desire to do that which is right, I am seduced by the adversary to do that which is wrong. My sinful nature indeed makes me weak, but the Spirit of the Lord makes me strong. Every single day it's a fight to do that which is right, or that which is pleasing in the sight of the Father, who deserves all the glory and the honor. But it's the aggravation of sin that becomes a bother, caught up in the realm of iniquity. So when I'm broken, I'm wondering who's fixing me, because if I am in it, there should be no sin mixed in me. So I have to come to the realization that it's a temptation of the flesh and the testing of the spirit. So when the spirit of truth comes upon me, it's the reluctancy of my flesh that refuses to hear it. Man, I need help. Because sometimes I don't know which direction to go in because my life is unstable. Somehow I've trained myself to live my life under the table. I have been labeled as a matured Christian, but sometimes I feel like the infant that is not yet ready to come out of the baby's cradle. And it seems like I am unable to do what is right, because I'm constantly straddling the fence between good and evil, knowing that the life I lead is proven to be disastrously fatal. And I should be thankful that I share a covenantal bond with God, but it seems like I am bigamously ungrateful, because by law, me being the backslider, God continues to hold my hand in marriage in spite of me being polygamously unfaithful. And I know that the scriptures say that he will never leave me nor forsake me, but I have cheated on him so many times that it perplexes me that God does not hate me. I went from newborn Christian to lukewarm Christian because lust is a sin, but multiplicatively it comes in a variety. And every single time I am tempted, it increases my hunger and intensifies my anxiety. So I had to allow God to go deep into the most complicated parts of my mind to assess and examine the psychology of my idolatry, because I grow tremendously despising of who I am, and it may seem to you somewhat surprising of who I am, but I must not allow GF Soldier to be a cover up to the downside of who I am, because I'm sitting up late at night brainstorming, trying to find the proper antidote for all these demons I'm trying to fight. And it's getting kind of tight, because I'm trying to find my own way through the darkness without calling on God for any spiritual insight. I'm in a serious predicament, y'all, and I hope that you'll feel my plight. Because I'm thinking to myself, if I get married, then I will be able to make things right. But it would be foolish of me to do this thing out of spite and deliberately marry the wrong woman just to cure